She's like, I love this. Although the recent marriage of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle did renew some hope that fairy tales do come true, for most of us, life just doesn't really mimic your classic storybook tale. Oh, darn it. Actress and comedian Mindy Kaling recently shared her concerns about this, saying, quote, "The Little Mermaid is a little problematic to me. It bums me out looking back on it because she gave up her voice and left her family and friends in pursuit of a man. When my daughter and I watch it together and she gets older, I'll still let her watch it, of course, but I'll have to do the running commentary like, you don't have to be mute and attract a man to get all your dreams to come true. It's fine." Joining me now to weigh in on this, Cara Kinnear, Emmy Award-winning makeup artist Nisa Green, and author Ashley Eckstein stuck around to weigh in on this, since she is the queen of fairy tales. Yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, so let's dive in. First of all, are we getting so politically correct here, or just overly sensitive to these things? Do you think fairy tales do give the wrong messages to girls? Cara, what do you think?
Well, I think it's twofold. I think, first of all, when we see and we watch those as a child, we're not interpreting the way we watch it as an adult, right? So when Mindy Kaling looked back on it, she thought, oh, this message is crazy, and it probably is a little bit, but as a child, you don't really see it like that, right? You're just watching Mirror. Now, on the second part of that is my mother was hilarious, and she would always say to me, you can watch this, but this isn't real life, about any kind of Disney movie. This isn't real life, and neither is Geraldo, okay? She let me watch Geraldo, and she let me watch Disney movies, and she told me both weren't real life.
I love Jean. I love your mother so much. She's like, neither. They're both not real, okay? Right. A little bit of make-believe.
Right.
A little bit of fake news.
And I believe it.
Okay, what do you guys think? Ashley?
You know, The Little Mermaid was such a pivotal time in my life. So Ariel was the first princess that I saw in the movie theater. I was 7. It was my first grade birthday party. And Ariel, to me, actually taught me the opposite. She taught me how important my voice was and how to never give it away. And she actually taught me the lesson of failure. She failed. She made a mistake, but that's okay. Her family was there to save her, and she learned from it. And so I actually learned a lot of valuable lessons from Ariel. That wasn't the message I took away.
Right. And Nisa, what do you think? You're going,
I do sort of think, I get what Cara says about when we're young and watching it, but that's when these impressions are made. There's a reason we all grow up and want a princess wedding dress.
Right.
Why do we want this big, fluffy, foofy thing that doesn't... It only really looks right on size 2s and 4s, but for some reason, we all want one. Why? Because that's the princess dress that we all see growing up from when we're little bitty girls. I get all Disney movies seem to have great messages, but they, to me, are mixed messages.
Right. Well, now, I will say this. I feel like since kind of the more newer trend of the Disney movies, maybe the Frozens, the Moana, Tangled, which I did watch with the girls yesterday in preparation for this segment. But I loved Tangled. I forgot how cute it was.
I love it.
So good. I feel like they have been trying to... What did you say?
We should all get lots of weed.
Yes, oh God, I loved all that.
That's the message that I got.
Yes, I just wanted it flowing.
It'll make it happen.
After that, I ordered some extensions, so I was like, let's do this
thing. There you go.
Do you think that they have kind of changed the narrative a bit? Cara, what do you think?
I do, for sure. I mean, I think that definitely, and the Disney movies are more enjoyable for me now, too, because I think they also play to adult intelligence, too.
Absolutely.
I think it's incredible that you were able to glean that knowledge from it. I think that's very cool. I love that they're showing more diversity and showing, they're kind of really widening the scope to be more inclusive, which I think is just as important.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely changing the stories for the better. So I'm thrilled about that.
Yes.
And can we talk about how much I love Moana? So you don't have to be a young girl.
So good.
So when I have a tough day at work, I'm driving home and I blare, Moana, and I sing like, I am Moana. I sing it at the top of my lungs, and it's so inspirational. We all can learn something from these princesses.
Yeah. And Nisa, what about you?
I love the diversity. I definitely think that it's, and to me, again, Disney's taking the responsibility. They know that they're ingrained in our kids' lives so young. I love that they're doing diversity. We got black princesses. We have so much different things, so many different things going on now, and the relationships are different in the Disney movies now, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I do think they recognize what the old Disney movies do and how they get ingrained in our daughters as well.
Exactly, and they're like, it's a sign of the times that they're trying to, I think, you know, kind of, again, change that narrative. And I know I sort of noticed it with Frozen, which was extremely controversial. I remember at the time, I felt like people really liked it, or adults like hated it, and I hate to use the word hate, but I was like, come on, they're like, oh, and to me, I loved that the relation, it was more about the sisters and not about finding love in that movie.
But it's kind of going back to what Ashley said, it did kind of start with The Little Mermaid. It kind of did, because that wasn't our typical Disney movie back then, and it was kind of like, whoa, it was kind of a big deal when it came back, but it kind of brought Disney back in a big, big way and made us realize, oh, they're coming into some new territory here. It's taken them a while, but they've come along, and I think it kind of started with The Little Mermaid.
Now, expanding outside of fairy tales, it has been so awesome, I know you guys will agree, to see these strong female character-driven movies.
Yes.
I think it was so funny that Ocean's 8 broke records and people were like surprised by it.
Right.
I mean, first of all, with that cast, are you kidding me?
Why were you surprised?
Those
exactly.
Mamma Jamma. So all of those actors were incredible.
Every single one.
Well, I think people are hungry for it, right?
Yes.
And when the studio heads start actually listening to what people want, Black Panther, Ocean's 8, women-driven comedies, I mean, they outperform every box office record there is, and so give the people what they want.
Yes.
It's just
women and people of color being awesome.
Yes.
But can I just say, as a consumer, if you see something you want, the only way you can prove change is with your dollar.
That's right.
So,
go see it, go support it.
If you see it, buy it, support it, because that's the only way we're going to prove change.
Absolutely.
That is true.
But I thought it was so interesting that people really were more surprised and
by
blown
Ocean's
away.
8, exactly.
And I loved it, because then I was like, you know, yay, kind of go the underdog.
But that says a lot,
But
because when it's the men's movie, it's like everybody just waiting, knowing it's going to be good because it's George Clooney.
Yes,
exactly. They're all
exactly.
surprised about the women. And again, how could you be? This cast? What?
Right. And I love that, and this is what we talked about in your segment as well, empowering young women to be who they want to be. How do we start that dialogue? I know I try as a mom to young girls who are now into social media, into their people's opinion of them, people's perception of them. It scares me.
You know, I think it's bringing awareness to all of the opportunities that are out there for us. So I was actually thrilled, and thank you for allowing some of my family members here today. I actually have, you know, I call her my niece. My niece Ellie's here, and you know, she's young, and you know, she's used to watching these shows on TV, but to actually see it in person, all of a sudden it becomes tangible, and you realize, oh my gosh, look, they're up there doing this. I can do this too. So I encourage, whether you have a boy or a girl, take them and actually show them that it's possible. Show them a real tangible experience or opportunity. And then from there, they can believe if that person can do it, I can do it too.
And Kara, having boys, is it a different conversation?
Well, that's exactly what, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I started thinking, I feel like it's just as much my responsibility having boys to teach them to empower females their entire lives and to listen to everything that they say.
Thought about that from the mom with boys.
But I mean, I feel a huge responsibility for that, because I'm like, you know, that is so important. We need to educate the men.
Yes.
to understand.
Which is still going to benefit you in the long run, because you're going to have a daughter-in-law at some point.
Yes, exactly. Well,
am I?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
And Nisa, to round it up, like, you know, you being in this beauty industry, I mean, it weighs heavily on you as well, in the messaging that you are giving about beauty, starting on the inside.
Starting on the inside, but again, so much now is driven by what they see on the outside. And it's hard. It is hard. It's fighting an uphill battle. We have to be very diligent with our young girls. We really, really do. We have to be involved. And like Ashley said, show them. Don't let them just see things on social media and think that is real life, or that's what they should be trying to obtain. We have to show them reality.
Yes.
You know what I think is a good thing to do, and I always try to do this, and I'm guilty of it too, but instead of when you see a girl be like, you look so pretty today, how about ask them, how was school today?
Right.
You know,
I do that with my niece.
Yes.
I do. That's our first question.
Yeah, you do.
It's our first question every time.
It's so true. And we'd love for you to weigh in. We would just love to get your thoughts on this. Such a fun topic, but obviously so important, especially in this day and age. So please weigh in on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you, ladies. Ashley, thank you for sticking around. Nisa, thank you as well. And Kara. And Trending with Trent is coming up next.